Hi, welcome back. This is now issue 94 of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. Okay, so in this issue we're going to be fitting the front valance and valance grille. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on and get this together. So here are the parts for issue 94. Now there's not an awful lot in this one, but it has a big impact to the look of the build. So that is all that matters for me. So we've got the valance panel. Okay, and that is obviously made of plastic. We've got this beautiful valance grille. And then we've got some IP screws and we've got some DM screws along with this package. So we're going to be using the DM screws first. Again, we get lots of those. So I'm going to pop them in my screw pot. There you go, DM. And then we've got some IP screws there. Okay, so we're going to take the headlight assembly from, sorry, wrong way. And what I've done is initially I've just taken these LEDs we put through from last week, and I've just popped them back through and into these holes just to keep them, because they kept popping through just while we work on the other side here. So we're going to take the valance and then we're going to pop that in. And it's going to sort of line up. Now, make sure that all these cables are out of the way. So I'm just going to tuck that one onto there just for the moment. And you'll notice you've got a locating pin on these two tabs here. You've got one there and one on the other side. They're going to fit into the lower of those two holes. See these holes here? They're going to fit into the lower of the holes, the locating pins. And then once they are fitted, it's a really nice fit, but you've just got to be careful of this wire in the middle here. Then it's gonna line up with these four holes just along there, one under there and one there. So carefully hold that into position, and then we're going to use the DM screws to secure that in through those plastic holes. Now obviously we're screwing through into metal through plastic, so again, please be careful, don't over tighten because you may end up shattering the plastic, and then it's going to be difficult to keep this on unless you use some glue, and we don't want to do that. So I've put one in just to keep that in, and then I'm just going to do the other side. Okay, and then you see that is one screw and that's the other one, and then just carefully just tighten that up as far as it wants to stop. For me that is there, and that's a lovely fit, and that is what we look like so far. The next step is we're going to be working still on the rear And these cables are really getting annoying because they keep popping up. Oh, there we go. We're going to work with these 8 holes along the front here. So I'm going to zoom in a bit for you. And then we're going to fit the grille. Now the grille has got 2 different size holes on. You've got the larger holes at the top there, and then you've got the smaller ones at the bottom. That is going to fit, it's going to match up with the holes. So these holes up here are larger. So we're just going to fit that over like so. I'm not expecting that to stay in position for long. Okay, and then we're going to start with DM screws along the larger holes at the top. So again, I'm going to use my washing up liquid. And now I'm going to start from this end first. Oops, sorry about that. Just to keep that in. And then I'm going to do the other side. So that keeps that all level. So that we can then line up the other 2. And then just do that up. Again, don't go mad, because we're going through into metal through the plastic, and you don't want to shatter anything, and it's only just to keep this grill into place, so don't go too heavy on those screws. Okay, then after that we're going to then use the eyepiece screws for this. And I'm just going to check the size of the screwdriver head. I need to change. There we go. And obviously the eyepiece screws are going to go into the smaller holes just at the bottom there. So again, I'm going to start with the bottom left. That screwdriver head is still not quite right. Forgive me, I'm just going to change that. For a more suitable one. It makes such a difference, you know, when you obviously use the right screwdriver bit. So I've done that one. I'm going to do the other corner now, just to make sure that's all lining up. That's gone in lovely. I'm still not happy with the screwdriver, so I'm just going to quickly change down one. That one's worse. Okay, this one. This has got to be the one. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Then just go back along and put the other ones in. So I'm going to use this one. Brilliant. That is that secured into place. And ta-da, look at that. Let me zoom out. Doesn't that look the part? Absolutely amazing. Oh, I've got an LED trying to escape. Okay, so the next part, we need to grab the car. So I'm just going to adjust my camera angle and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the front of the car here now. So the next step is we're going to connect up the cables as we did on the rear. So I don't obviously have numbers on here because we had issues with the wiring and they were changed. So we're just obviously going by colours for this. So red and white, and then we've also got red and yellow. Okay, so once they're connected, we're going to push the headlight assembly into place in the front of the DeLorean. Be careful not to trap any wires. So I'm going to push that through. Okay. Ensure the valance fits into the body as shown. Right, so what I can see is that it's going to be quite difficult to show you. There is like a slight ridge here. That is going to slide in between the bottom here. And I'm not sure if I can get a good shot. Under the front wing, there is like a shape. So when we push this through, we're going to line them up carefully because this is a plastic part. Right, push the wires through. This could be a little bit fiddly, but we'll get there in the end. Right, okay, so that's one side in. I'm going to carefully marry the other side. It may fit nicely. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now that was, I'm not going to lie, that was quite tricky. I don't know whether you have to slide them in or you push them up. I mean, this one on this side, I did have to, I slid in from the front. This side, I sort of got lined up and pushed it up carefully. And as you can see, that fits flush there, and that locks into the bottom of the front wing. So you may have to just have a little play. It was quite fiddly. It didn't go. It didn't. Don't get me wrong. It didn't just go straight in. It took a little bit of manipulation to get that in, and as you can see here, it's flush with the bottom of the wing. Okay. So once that is in place, there we go. Sorry for spinning you around. We're then going to affix this in from the front. So we're going to use 3 DM screws for this. So again, I'm going to get my washing up liquid on these, and it says careful not to trap any wires. So I'm just going to check through. I'm just going to get my torch for my phone. I'm just going to check through the holes to make sure that there's no wires in the way, because we don't want to push them through, screw that up, and then have a trapped wire, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, so the holes we're going to be needing are the one in the middle here, the second one in, there we go, and I'll have to put that all the way in. We've got the one slap bang in the middle there. And then obviously the other side. I'm just pushing these LEDs in, the wires in a little bit. And then more wash up liquid, yeah, and as I say, we've got this other hole in the middle, just at the bottom there. And there we have. Okay, so that was it for issue 94. So yeah, next week we'll be finishing off the front end, and then we can test the lights. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. If you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below. But until next week, take care and look after yourselves. Bye bye.